Hello and welcome back to Cocktails with James. This week I'm joined by my gorgeous friend Georgina, skincare guru, beauty lover, and a walking proof that confidence is the real glow up. Whether she's talking about a tone, vitiligo
Yeah.
with pride, she's someone who brings truth, sparkle, and a touch of sass to the beauty world. Get ready for some laughs, life advice, and maybe a serum recommendation or two. Georgina, how are we?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you. Now, I'm so happy that we finally
Good.
get to do this because this is like 2 weeks or 3 weeks in the making, and I want to just
It
get out to
is.
the audience right away. She basically just didn't want to come on because she faked a crazy little illness.
Basically, like, lied that I was an A&E.
She lied, yeah. She got a picture off Google, which I Google image reversed, and it was like some picture of like someone not in where she
Oh,
lives.
it genuinely sounded so fake. I was actually so
No, I'm
embarrassed. And I
joking.
was like, I'm currently in A&E. I don't think we can record today.
Literally, the message was, "I'm in A&E. I don't think we can record. If my appendix doesn't burst, I'm fine. I'll record with you tomorrow."
But if it does, bear with. And that's where we
Yeah,
are
but
now.
and that's where we are now. But how are you feeling? Because obviously you've had a bit of a nightmare, haven't you?
Yeah, nothing is ever really straightforward with me, to be honest. So I was expecting it to take a bit longer, but I am much better now after my surgery. Thank you. I'm just over, well, 2 weeks on Monday it was.
What are your prerequisites to life within the skincare and beauty? So, like, what do you always have to do?
So one of the ones for me is I'm obsessed with toners. I think toners are so underrated in skincare. Like I think they're just such a crucial part to skin. So that's
They
one.
are.
They're just they're so good. I've really got into using my light therapy as well, which I've seen you've got a mask
Mm.
as well, haven't you? So I use my little Foreo, which has LED lights in it, which I love to use in the evening. That I think makes such a difference. And then retinol. Retinol's going to be my next. Have
Hmm.
to use every single day. Love.
I love LED light therapy. I don't know why. Obviously, there's those masks you can buy on social media that are literally just LED lights that will do
Yeah.
absolutely nothing. Obviously, it's the technology behind it, but it's like life changing for skin and also hair.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How have you? Yeah. So how have you used your mask? Have you used it like on the
I
scalp?
yeah, obviously you can buy actual scalp masks, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm a cheapskate. So I do literally just put
No.
it on top and attach it to the
Yeah.
back of my head. But it works. She's a multi-use girl.
I put it. Yeah, you've got it. You've got
It
it.
works.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
I
so
love that.
underrated though. And if you can afford to get one, I would say get one. And it's so good for like
Yeah.
obviously if you can get I saw an episode of the Kardashians where they bought a full body LED light scanner for their
Mm.
body, right? Obviously thousands and thousands. And it's like everything anti-aging. So one day that would be an absolute goal of mine. Prior to sort of where you are now, take us all the way back to prior to working in skin. What made you think, let's just give that a go?
So, I mean, obviously, like I said, I was in dentistry. I was at a management level and it got a bit stressful, not gonna lie. And I just felt like I wanted to do something that was gonna be more like customer based. I wanted to speak to more customers because when you're in management, you don't really like. If anything, I probably would have preferred to go back into the nursing role
Mhm.
because it's so nice, isn't it, having patients? So I wanted to go into something that was going to be a bit more fun, a bit more kind of experimenting. I wanted to learn more about beauty products as well. So yeah, the perfect opportunity came up for me in Kiehl's in Harrods Beauty, and then obviously that's where I met yourself. But it was
Yeah.
such a great stepping stone for me to go into the role that I'm in now because I really got to get to know more about skincare as like the real base of things. And then now I'm in the world of makeup and fragrance as well. So it's the whole L'Oreal world.
The whole shebang.
Yeah.
And I would say it's amazing because you technically obviously did everything you were doing in Kiehl's because you would do education sessions with customers. You had your own social media, which was obviously just about Kiehl's, and now you've sort of grown that into where you are now, especially with like the luxe side of things and L'Oreal. So it really is such a diverse industry, but you've diversified it because of your passion as well.
I've always kept like my passion for skincare in the role that I'm in now. Like even though I do have responsibility in the makeup and fragrance side, everyone who I works with knows that I love skincare and that's my key focus. And I think even when it does come to a customer coming in buying makeup, it's always about the skin underneath. And I always
Yeah.
say like your skin is the best primer that you can have. Like no matter what makeup you use, it's having that skin underneath and it makes you feel good as well because everyone takes makeup off at the end of the day.
Couldn't agree. I guess I say it in a less glamorous way, where like you can have a blank canvas, and if that canvas is rough and you don't look after it, whatever you apply on top is never going to look how you want it to look unless it's looked
Yeah,
after. Basically, it
100%.
is a blank canvas. What I think you do really well, G, is you speak so openly about your skin condition, which is vitiligo. Could you maybe go into a little bit of detail about sort of what that is for people who maybe don't know, and how you sort of come to grow into that? Because you really do own it and you really speak about it so passionately on social media.
Yeah, of course. So I'll be honest, it was never something that I was confident speaking about until probably very recently. But vitiligo is basically a skin condition that removes all of the melanin from your skin in patches. A great example is a model, Winnie Harlow, who's an amazing model who's got vitiligo. She's got a deeper complexion, so it does appear more obvious on the skin with the contrast than for someone like myself who's got more of a fair complexion. It is also an autoimmune disease, so you can kind of imagine your skin's attacking melanin, which is what gives our skin colour, which is not harmful. So our body essentially becomes a bit overactive. And I actually first noticed it when I was 13. So I actually went for a spray tan and noticed that there was a patch on the back of my leg. And I blamed whoever did my spray tan. I was like, oh, this is a rubbish job. I was like, why is there a patch on the back of my leg?
At 13?
Hair extension, spray tan, you can imagine it at 13.
Yeah.
And yeah, like from there, it has just simply spread. Vitiligo will never go away. It will never, shrink or get rid of any places. It will just forever spread as well. Which I think growing up, especially around the ages of like 17, 18, that was a really scary thing for me because I didn't know how progressive it was going to be. I didn't know, you just don't know. And I've experienced some horrendous comments about my vitiligo, which I've learnt to deal with now, but at the time can be really quite shocking. So I've had someone stop me in the streets during summer and ask if I was in a fire, if I'd been burnt. Because
No
of
way.
it looks yeah, because I can understand where the person's coming from because it does sometimes give that sort of appearance, like scar tissue where it goes that white. And as soon as you hear a comment like that, it makes your heart drop. Like you feel so vulnerable. I think as I've got older, I see it more now as a chance to educate because people just don't know about the condition.
Yep.
And I've even had people in my family as well, because I have vitiligo around my eyes, which you can see when I don't have makeup on. And I've even had family members say that I look like a panda. And, they're not saying it in a way to be harmful, but they're just not used to seeing it. So it's a really interesting subject with people. But I think the main thing I want to do is just educate so people are more aware so that people don't necessarily make those comments, when someone is walking down the street, etc. Because it can be hurtful.
It's crazy, and it's like the age-old saying, ignorance is bliss sometimes, and just we're in an age where like freedom of speech is like being taken away, but at the same time, sometimes people just do not need to say certain things. Like if I thought any of those thoughts about you, which I never have, if I did, I could never imagine going, I need to stop this girl and specifically ask, are you a burn victim? Because what if you were? Two, what satisfaction is that person going to get from having that conversation with you? And what potential trauma would that have given you after that conversation? For being
exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's the thought process of that. But how have you managed to turn those comments from affecting you to thinking, okay, let's do education?
Yeah, so I'll be honest, like my family and my boyfriend have been a huge support with it. They've always really embraced it for me, and they've really encouraged me not to cover it because it's on quite a lot of like the back of my legs, and especially in summer, like I used to be really self-conscious about wearing like skirts or shorts. But I've also become part of a lot of like charity work for vitiligo. So there's a lot of vitiligo charities that do awareness pieces as well. And I've spoken to a gentleman, I think it was about early last year, and he was from Pakistan. And he actually shared with me that he lost his job because of his vitiligo, because people believed that it was contagious. Yeah, and I think that's like the biggest thing. It's like sharing stories and realizing that, people with vitiligo all experience completely different things depending from where in the world they're from and their skin tones as well. It really opened my eyes to it. But it's incredible being able to speak to others with vitiligo. And when I have the chance to in work as well, if a customer opens up to me that they've got vitiligo, I'll always share my story with them as well, which is really empowering.
It's so nice that you get to have those moments, especially with customers in real life, in real time, because it probably makes their whole, not even just buying experience so unique and so special and so tailored to them. But at the same time, not everybody who has that condition would have that confidence.
Yeah,
And the fact that
yeah.
you have that, I think, is amazing.
Yeah, no, it is lovely. It is so nice to be able to have that connection with customers. But it's not necessarily even customers with vitiligo. It could be customers with any skin condition because, I
Yeah, of
know
course.
how it's like, especially like psoriasis, even eczema, anything like that. It's just about, really taking care of your skin as well. So it's been really good to open those doors.
And it makes you so diverse, especially within obviously the industry that you are and the job that you have. And do you feel like there's ever been any maybe pressure to maybe conform a certain way or look a certain way being within the beauty industry? Because obviously you embrace who you are so well.
Yeah, no, really good question. So before I actually started in this role, I was a little bit nervous about working in beauty halls. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think a lot of the time you do hear that it's a little bit bitchy, like you've got to be looking perfect. Like, I heard a lot of those things, and it is the complete opposite. All of the girls that I work with all of the stores really are unique to them, and I am as well in my sense. I don't wear heavy makeup. I don't particularly enjoy it. I find it too heavy on my skin, and I like my skin to look like skin. So I really embrace that. And, I work with other girls. I've got a lovely girl, Chloe. She always goes for her winged eyeliner. Yeah, you'll never see her without an eye look.
Yeah.
And everyone's just really different, and there's no pressure to look a certain way. But I think what is really good about that is if someone did come in looking for very minimal makeup and skincare based, they tend to be more attracted to speaking to myself. And I think that naturally customers will gravitate to a consultant who maybe has that appearance that they're after. Because I know if someone came to me looking for a winged eyeliner look, I straight away pass them to Chloe, because Chloe really absolutely master that, and vice versa with skincare. So it's really nice actually how unique and individual we can all be in the beauty hall.
Yeah, and that's nice, and that's exactly what it should be, because the representations that are, especially within, can I say Belux? Is it Belux?
Yeah.
That are within, so the representations that are within Belux is so amazingly diverse that for example, I sometimes get scared if I go into like high-end beauty shops to look for skincare and makeup, even though I feel like, again, I'm more, obviously, I'm so passionate, I love it, I'm not an expert, so I kind of have a bit more knowledge and understanding of my skin, but sometimes I do get scared being maybe like the only male in the beauty space when I'm there. So it's nice to have that representation sometimes and that diversity.
100%. And we are starting to see more males coming in, and different genders as well, which is so amazing to have in the beauty.
Of course.
So diverse. And when you mentioned as well about being scared going into a beauty hall, I remember when we had some training recently, and they actually said that some therapists who have clients who struggle with anxiety, that's actually how they deal with their anxiety, is going into a beauty hall, which is crazy, but it is quite a daunting place. But I think you just need to remember that not everyone there, is looking at you. Not everyone there is judging you on your makeup or your skin. Like, everyone is there genuinely to help. And you might not need help. I know, like, I personally sometimes just like to browse and try 10 lipsticks on my hand and walk out. So it's just all about what you want to make out of your shopping experience as well.
Yeah, that is so true. And like, obviously, like I said then about maybe being scared, a lot of the time you're your main character in your own story, aren't you? So when you walk into these places, your insecurities feel like they could be screaming out at you about your skin or however you look, and no one else is thinking that. Obviously, people just want to help. That's why they're there. They love makeup, skincare, beauty. So they're there to advise and help, because that is their passion and their profession. So but sometimes you just forget that, don't you? That people are there to help, and you think because people are in this industry, like you said, you would imagine it could be a little bit bitchy. Not that I've ever had that experience. Like, I do sometimes get shy when I'm like, hi, I'm looking for a little bit of makeup.
I know. But I think that's why a lot now, like, we have a lot of seated areas, because I think as soon as you take a seat, you just relax. You notice it, like, custom shoulders drop, like everything just relaxes, and you have then that one-to-one experience with a customer. But yeah, no, it can be daunting. Even I find it daunting sometimes going into like duty free or something, like being able to say to someone like, looking for a foundation or whatever. So it's normal.
Yeah. I think that stems really nicely into my next question. So we love to call that a segue.
I love a segue.
We love a segue. So how do you feel beauty is for everyone, whatever your gender?
I believe that it absolutely is. And I believe it always has. I just believe that maybe some haven't either accepted it or embraced it. I think at the end of the day, makeup and skincare is for ourselves. We wear it to make ourselves feel good. And I think, no matter what gender you are, like everyone should be able to feel like that. And, like even my boyfriend won't mind me saying, like even sometimes he's popped a bit of concealer on because he's had a bit of redness. Like,
We
who
love that.
cares? Yeah, like who cares? Like it really shouldn't matter on gender or sexuality, anything at all. I think makeup's there to make you feel good and everyone deserves to feel good.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think it stems from different stereotypes that people build up when they're younger, or especially within different generations. Like a good example from my personal experience is my dad. So before I got into doing social media and skincare, like I would still do skincare, I loved it, but the abundance of stuff that I have now is so much more than I ever need. So I end up giving a lot of it to my mum or my dad. And my dad now actually has his own skincare routine that he has lined up in order that I've helped him line up, and he loves it. He loves
I
doing
love
his
that.
skincare, and he has all of his own, like he has compliments all the time now. And he's just about to, yeah, he's turning 63 or 64 this year, and he looks so much better in his own
Oh,
appearance and how he feels. And my mum said to me, she goes, he takes an hour to get ready now because he gets all these fragrances, he's got this skincare routine. I said, yeah, but do you not love that he loves to do that at
yeah.
63?
Oh, that is such a nice story. I love that. And that's my little brother as well. He starts like nicking some of my face masks and stuff. And I'm like,
As he should.
partly
How old
like,
is he?
I'm like that. I'm like, get off my products. No, he is 17. Bless him.
Fair enough, yeah.
But then it's great, from a young generation as well that they're getting into skincare as well. So yeah, I really
Definitely.
think it is for all, 100%.
Yeah, no, it really is. And it's nice that there's so much diversity on social media as well, from people who are like actual experts, people who are just enthusiasts. And you've got like obviously lots of different genders who express themselves through beauty, skincare, and makeup. And that's what I love to see on social media as well. Like you've got
Yeah.
people like yourself with a skin condition who is able to talk so openly and freely on top of that. And then there's people like, I don't know, myself, for example. I love doing skincare and makeup. I love doing makeup looks. I never do. My makeup look never changes, but I love talking about it in a way of how men can use simple little tips and tricks to elevate so naturally and just feel
Yeah.
that much more confident, because that's what it is to me, is about using beauty products to enhance that confidence, and it just changes your life in so many ways, just having that
Yeah, no,
confidence.
it does. It's like a new outfit. Like nothing feels better than wearing like a brand new outfit, does it? Like when it goes to plan.
Yes.
There's sometimes outfits that don't go to plan, but when they do go to plan,
Yeah.
it makes you feel so good. And that's exactly the same with makeup and skincare.
Yeah, it's nice. And when it goes the right way, it's almost like you feel like you've got a little rainbow following you behind you, like
Yeah,
you are that unicorn, like no one's ever seen me look like this before.
yeah, yeah. No, I love it.
And do you feel like, especially within the men's beauty space, do you feel like there's any myths that we should just get rid of within the men's skincare beauty spaces?
Oh, there are a few. So, to be honest, this is one thing that I actually wished more companies did was make skincare more appealing to men because men can
Yes,
use all skincare. It doesn't,
they can.
there are products that are designed for men's skin, but they can use anything. And I think, especially like luxurious brands, they can tend to go for like purple designs, gold designs, pink designs, and not necessarily a man's going to want that. But I mean, Kiehl's is an amazing brand for that. They have got their
Yes.
men's range, but even their unisex range is completely, it looks unisex, doesn't it? It doesn't necessarily scream a gender.
Yeah.
So I think definitely the first myth is that men can use any skincare, and that men should use skincare. Like there's so many men that think like, oh, I don't need to. My skin's, it just does what it does. No, you will feel so much better, like your dad did. You will
Exactly.
see that glow. You'll feel better in yourself, and obviously sun protection as well.
Yes,
Every
SPF.
skin needs always. But yeah, no, I think there are quite a lot of myths, but I think just encouraging all genders to just start with a simple routine is the
Yeah.
best place to start. We know probably mine and your skincare routines are quite large,
Yeah.
but
What are you
we're
trying
probably
to
not the best
say?
examples. We got like a line, but you can start with just one or two products. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be scary, and you end up building your way up because you love the way your skin feels. You love the way that you feel with your skincare, and you become obsessed like me and you.
Yes, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? And I think I'd like to add something onto that, especially like, I don't know how to even describe it, but some skincare smells so gender, in air quotes, specific,
Yeah.
and sometimes it just doesn't need that.
Yeah, yeah. No,
either. Do you
I
know?
know what you mean. Yeah, a lot of it goes for like they tend to go for like floral, so you tend to smell quite a lot of rose in skincare, and it's mainly in there really for that luxurious touch. But like you said, regardless of gender as well, people might not like the scent of rose. So it's just really about finding skincare that is right for you. If you do like a scent, then definitely go for those scented ones because it is really luxurious. But yeah, I think I personally use a lot of non-scented skincare myself.
Yeah, no, and that obviously, as we know, like some scents is fine. It just depends on sort of what ingredients are in it that can make your skin react in certain ways. But of
Yes.
course, that we know that. No, actually, I
Yeah.
can't. Actually, no. I'm not going to say we know that because not everybody knows that.
No, and it's again, this goes down to your own skin types. Like I know some people's skin that can deal with literally every ingredient on the in the world. Like their skin doesn't even batter an eyelid, whereas some of us have really sensitive skin. So it is really about like experimenting with your skincare. But I would say if you're new to skincare, try and start with those that are fragrance free, and then you can maybe start to try ones that are fragranced if you want to.
And why do you feel like looking after your skin is a form of self-love?
I see it as our skin is our biggest organ, and we all take self-care when it comes to fitness, when it comes to diet, when it comes to hygiene, and our skin's just another part of that. Like I don't think it should be missed. And especially when it does come to like the sun protection and stuff, the sun is the biggest factor of aging and obviously with skin cancers as well. So it's not only for us to feel good, it's also a general health for me. I think it is generally staying healthy, reducing those risks and keeping our skin well and healthy as well as feeling good. Yeah.
Stunning answer. Okay, so within every podcast episode, I like to try and play some sort of game with the guest. So today's game is called Glow or No.
Love
so
that.
it's going to be rapid fire reactions based on some sort of beauty trend, product, or idea, for example. So the first one, for example, could be I say TikTok skincare hacks. You go glow or no.
Okay.
Basically, to how they feel. Okay.
Okay.
So let's go to the games. Let's get them all written down here. Okay. Glow or no? A 10-step skincare routine.
Glow, because I do it.
Because I knew she was going to say glow. Botox in your 20s.
Glow, because I do it.
This is not to air you out, by the way.
No, but I can absolutely know if I do it myself. I can't.
But no,
But
that's so true.
You don't need it, but it's personal preference.
Personal preference, yeah. But glow to personal preference.
Glow, yeah.
Jade rollers.
No.
I believe in a gua sha and a little bit of a...
So I prefer using the, I can't think of what they're called now, but the actual like electric, you know what I'm on about.
Are they like little, are they thin and then you just brush them across your face and like move, like almost like move your muscles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they work more than
really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, why is that?
I think because I've looked into them briefly, but they kind of like connect with, well, they communicate with like the muscle, and they sculpt more that way, but they also still have the lymphatic drainage. But yeah, I personally haven't found much with jade rollers. I haven't found that they've done much for me, and they tend to like move my product around, and then I don't know. They're a no for me personally.
They look good.
They're fun.
They're fun. But
My
a little
cat
top...
enjoys it more than me.
That's so funny. But I was going to say a little top tip. I don't use a jade roller at all anymore, but when I used to use a jade roller, I used to love applying my skincare face masks with the roller. If anyone has jade rollers and loves using face masks, I just feel like it sort of presses it to the skin at the same time as that gentle massage. So it was nice. I didn't know it had an effect, but it just felt nice to do.
Yeah, they do feel good, especially in the summer because they're quite cool, aren't they? But no, that sounds good with the face.
Yeah, men wearing concealer.
Oh, absolutely. If you feel you need to wear concealer, do it. And
so is that a glow?
That's a glow. 100% a glow. I was going straight into like, yeah, absolutely.
Remember the game.
The game, glow.
Glow. Okay, so I don't know if this is going to get controversial with your opinion on this one, but whatever you say, we're going to dive into it. Influencers creating skincare brands.
I'm going to go with glow.
Okay.
Slight hesitant glow.
I'm ready for a politician's answer.
The only get hesitant. I love it. I think, if you've got that like entrepreneurial spirit and, go for it. And I think the more skincare that there is, the better, especially because those influencers are going to be able to influence a lot of people and get people into skincare who might have not been in it before. So that's amazing. The only
Yes, I agree.
hesitation I have is the amount of research and the quality of ingredients that go into those products.
Hmm.
I know from some of the brands that I work for in L'Oreal, the research that they put in is intense. One of the recent products that launched had like 10 years in the making for like research development. So it just, I think for me, I sometimes look at those products and think how much research, and especially how much research they can invest. Research is expensive. For an influencer, you might not be able to necessarily do that much with your products, but I think with the platform that they're at, I think it's a really influential and positive thing for them to do.
Your partner stealing your products.
No, but it happens.
No, but it happens.
Oh, I wish it didn't. There's so many times I go for a serum and I look and I'm like, where is it? And yeah, he'll have it. But
And you're like, I swear I had more than this.
yeah, well, the thing is what annoys me is I'll offer to him. I'll go, do you want me to get you this serum? Do you want me to get you a little routine? Oh, no, 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 don't worry. And then my stuff goes missing. So that's why it's a no.
On a tangent about the LGBT community within beauty and skincare and things like that, but I'm not going to do that because we're keeping it nice and humble and just nice today. Because it can be hard. It really can be hard. And like, as someone who isn't necessarily stereotypical presenting male or masculine, but also not feminine, and neither or for me personally is a problem. Like, I love being in these spaces. It's just funny because sometimes you get the odd, almost ignorant question of, why do you do that? Why do you use it so much? Why do you care so much? And then they're like, oh, is it because you're gay like that? And it's like, no, why does that have to be part of the justification to love these things?
Yeah, I really think that comments like that really do come from arrogance, because we all can feel good or bad about ourselves, and there's things that make us feel groggy and bad about ourselves, and there's things that make us feel good. And makeup, skincare, hygiene, clothes, all of that is part of that. And there's people out there that maybe don't use makeup as something to make them feel good, but who cares if they do or they don't? Like, if they want to,
exactly,
let them. It's the same as if someone wore a black coloured t-shirt or a yellow coloured t-shirt. It doesn't make a difference. Just let them do it.
And I do think when there's questions like that, I think, what else has taken up the space in your mind to ask a question like that is really irrelevant to you, but also what else are you currently thinking about yourself, the world, that maybe it's just, I don't know, it's unnecessarily taking space. Does that make sense?
100%. No, 100%. Like, yeah, it does often make you wonder why people even waste their time asking things like that, because like, I don't know why someone would, waste their time asking such stupid questions.
Yeah.
Like making such stupid.
I need to ask you probably the most important question I'm going to ask any guest on this podcast ever.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Favorite Beyoncé song?
From the newest album or altogether?
Oh, no. Her whole discography from 96 till now.
Probably Frickin' Dress.
What a good shout. That
you
so
just
good.
Can't beat it. And Blow's one of my favourites as well.
Oh my god, so good.
I love it. I love it. There's too many. This is the thing. Like, when you think of one, you think, oh god, no, there's that one, and then you're like, oh no, there's that one.
Yes, isn't it? It's a hard question.
From the newest album, it's got to be Bodyguard. Like, I love Bodyguard. I think it's so good. And
it's summer vibes all around. Summer vibes.
It is.
April. It's from April to like September. That song can be played at any point in time, and it just sets the tone for how good the day's going to be.
What's your favourite Beyoncé song?
That's a hard one. Do you know what? I don't think I see many people talking about this one. I absolutely love Video Phone.
Yeah.
Show me what your name is.
It's just the intro, isn't it? You can't beat it. Oh no, that is such a good one. Everyone was speculating that was going to be the opening, didn't they, of the Cowboy Carter tour? Did you see everyone thinking that?
I would so wish it would be.
I
might do another change.org. Change the opening.
You've already made her change one thing. Make her change the set list.
I know. Could you imagine? She'll look me dead in the eye and just be like, she'll find me and be like, he ain't no diva. Our final little glow up tips then. First and foremost, what is your go-to confidence tip?
Go-to confidence tip is explore, I would say, and experiment. I would say you don't know what makes you feel confident until you try it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think go on oh, do you know, I'm so bad. I'm such a sucker for TikTok. But I think go on TikTok, see what inspires you, see what you like, buy some cheap products, try it out, and see what makes you feel good. And then you know. I think that's the best.
Yeah. And that goes for every aspect of life, not just
Yeah.
beauty, everything. Explore everything.
Yeah.
Who you
100%.
are.
Yeah.
Explore.
Because you don't know until you don't try it.
Exactly. I love that. One beauty product that you swear by.
Come on. It's going to have to be the new Lancome Retinol.
Oh my goodness, I'm
That's
so excited. I can't wait to try that.
have you not tried it yet?
No, they said they're
You still
releasing them in batches over weeks.
Okay, when you get your hands on it, it's incredible. At first, I'll be honest, I did purge slightly, but I think that's because I was changing retinols. So I was
Yeah.
on the Kiehl's and then I moved to the Lancome. But the results that I did have from it, I haven't used it for 2 weeks because I've not been able to get up the stairs. But it's like just crawling up from my retinol. It was just, yeah, no, it's insane. It just glows. Obviously, the skin cell acceleration. It's just, yeah, I think it's an amazing product.
So what would you say is one lesson you've learned on your own skin journey?
I think probably going back to like my vitiligo, my skin condition, I think it's what I've learned is that people make comments due to lack of education, not necessarily to be harmful or to offend you. And I think I've learned to use that as an opportunity to educate. So that's probably my biggest learning opportunity I've had with my skin journey for sure.
I just want to say thank you so much for being an amazing guest, and thank you for going off on little tangents with me because it's so easily done. You honestly, you've been amazing. The advice you've given, how open you've been about everything from beauty, skincare, makeup, the industry that you're in, the way you are and how you are. Honestly, it's been amazing, and I really hope people get to take one thing. What you've said is explore, and I think that's
Yeah.
the best advice because it wasn't anything about looking a certain way or being a certain way. It was just about exploring who you are, whether it's beauty, skincare, makeup, and anything else in between. And I think that is the best advice anyone can be given.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And yeah, I hope people do take that away and, maybe try something new and find that self-confidence in themselves. And thank you so much for having me on here. Like, I'm really proud of you for doing this, James. I think this
Oh,
podcast is
thank
going
you.
to be huge.
You keep
And I know that you're
saying.
so passionate about it. So just, yeah, I'm so proud of you and so excited to see where you go with this because, yeah, I think it's going to be.
Where you can be found on social media because obviously you do post a lot of informative stuff and you always post locations of where you are working as well. So if I guess if anyone who's listening is in the area whenever you are working and giving your workshops, they could pop in.
Yeah, of course. So my social media handle is which is GEE_WH. That's for my Instagram and TikTok. And like James says, I do work around the south, so I put my location in. So if you ever want to come into store to see me or come along to a masterclass, I'd love to see you. And just come and see me, come and find me.
Honestly, you've been stunning. Thank you so much.
No worries, thank you.
Right,
Yay! That was so fun.